Alright, hello and welcome to another speaking practice video by Johnny, and this is class IELTS 36. So ladies, are you ready for your practice, IELTS speaking practice?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course you should be. So let's go to part 1 and we do a topic number 14. The topic number 14, okay. It's about studying mathematics, học toán. But it's not about, it's not deep into mathematics, don't worry about it. So, Miss Kim Yen, please, when did you start learning math?
As I remember, when I went to primary school, I started to learn math. Yes.
And then, so, but did you like it? Do you like it?
I just like a simple math.
Simple math, but not like very difficult math.
Yes.
Okay, how about you, Miss Newman? When did you start learning math?
I think when I start learning math is about
I started learning math when I was. Tôi bắt đầu học
I started.
khi mà tôi đã bao nhiêu tuổi? I started learning math when I was.
I started learning math when I was math. When I was about 6 years old.
6 years old is not. It's good enough. And who taught you math? You remember your teachers, Miss New?
No, I don't remember the teacher.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't remember. So Miss Na, how about you? Do you like math, Miss Na? Do you like math? Since you work in a bank, right? So you had learned a lot of math before, I'm sure.
Yes, of course. I learned math, but actually I quite like math. Math.
So you quite like it, right? But what is the reason why you like it? Is there a reason for it? Maybe because you feel like it's logical. It's something you feel like you can do, right?
Yes. The reason I like math because I think it is necessary.
It is necessary.
It is necessary for my life. I need to calculate.
I need to calculate.
I need to calculate and a number of money
the amount of money. You mean money is uncountable, so you have to say the amount of money.
Yes, amount of money I have to pay for a seller, and I need to calculate the interest.
You mean the interest rate?
Yes.
Lãi suất. Tỷ giá lãi suất phải không ta? Nó gọi là tỷ giá lãi suất không ta?
Nó chỉ gọi là lãi suất thôi ạ.
Okay, lãi suất thôi. Okay, interest rate, lãi suất. Okay, interest rate. Like in a bank. Yeah. Anything else?
I think just enough.
Okay, thank you. So, Miss Thảo, how about you? Do you like math?
Absolutely no. I realize that I don't have an eye for numbers and figures.
You don't have an eye for number and figure. Okay, I understand now.
Maybe natural science subjects are not my forte.
Oh, it's not your forte. So it means that social science subjects are better, right?
Yes.
Social science, like for example, literature, history, geography, what else? Art. These are social science subjects. And we also have natural science subjects. Well, it's rare to find someone who's good in both, types of subject, So, Miss Thao, is math difficult for you to learn?
Well, I think it does depends on the person, and I think everyone has a different approach. So for me,
Approach.
So for me, personally, math is pretty average at school, and some people find it easy, and others find it tricky, and
I
I
find it tricky.
but I guess it depends on the individual's
I guess it depends on
strength.
the individual. You mean?
Yes, it depends on the individual's strengths and weakness.
Weaknesses and weaknesses.
Yes, weaknesses.
Strength and weaknesses, I see. So tell me, Miss One, please. So do you remember your math teacher, your first math teacher? Miss One, please, your microphone. Do you remember your math teacher, Miss One?
Yes, and I remember my mother as the first teacher.
Can you say again?
For,
Không rõ
I
ràng. It's not
remember.
clear. It's not clear. Okay.
I remember my mother as the first teacher.
First teacher.
For me.
First teacher for me.
The first teacher for me. And as the educational system, I started to study math at 6 years old.
When I was
my
6 years
mother,
old. When I was 6 years old, I started learning math.
When I was 6 years old, and my mother guided me to start counting and recognize the number, as well as the prim counting.
The counting system. You mean the counting system, hệ thống đếm? Like the
Yes,
counting system. Or how to count.
System.
Could you say how to count? My mother taught me how to count. Mẹ tôi dạy tôi cách đếm. My mother taught me to
1 to
count.
10.
Yes. So how about during your primary school year? Do you remember your math teachers?
Well, because I wasn't good at math, so I remember my teacher well and very thankful for them. And my teacher was so carefully and worked so hard to
Was so
teach
careful,
me.
My teacher was so careful.
Yes, my teacher is so careful, and he cared a lot about my mistake and fix it. So, and also makes the lesson so interesting.
Interesting. Made the lesson more interesting. Interesting.
Makes the lesson more interesting. So I was very thankful for his lesson.
Okay, and everyone should be thankful for the teachers, because otherwise we would not be able to count. We would not be able to calculate things. We need math in our life. We do. So, Miss Kim, please. Do you still remember your math teacher?
I remember my first teacher. My first math teacher is my grade 1 teacher.
Your grade 1 teacher. And were they strict or were they very
yes,
nice? Were they professional? Were they strict? Were they nice to you? Were they terrible?
I still remember that she is a strict teacher, but
Must be.
but when I was a student at a primary school, I good at math. So
I was good at math. You mean I was
was
good at math.
good at math. So she's strict very well to me. Yes.
Sorry.
She strict me
She's
very
quite
well.
strict to me. She was quite strict to me. She was quite strict to me. Nó miêu tả một cái hành vi nào đó để hướng đến người khác, dùng to. If you mention about a behavior toward the other, you use to. Like for example, don't be mad. I mean, don't be good to me. Don't be strict to me. Something like that, you know. Okay, so Miss Kim Min, do students learn math in secondary school in Vietnam? What do you think? Secondary schools or high schools, you know.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know students at in secondary or high school in other countries, but Vietnam. Yeah, but in Vietnam, students still learn math, and even when they learn at when they went to go to university, they still learn math.
They're still learning math, I see. Okay, let me send the class. I need to send you this file. So desktop. Okay, I'll send you this file then. Okay, I'm sending through the chat, okay? I'll retry it. Something wrong. Strange. I don't know why I cannot. They say error, this error. Anyway, I'll try again. This way. I don't know why, but they just say error. Never mind. I'll send you through Facebook then. Because it's currently in use. I understand now. So I need to close this one so I can send it later. Okay, so now I can send now. Okay, các bạn download được rồi đó. You can download now. So I can just open it again and then you can... Alright. Okay, you can download now. You can download it now. So, Miss Như, please. Do students learn math in high school in Vietnam? You know, high school include junior high school, trường cấp 2, senior high school, trường cấp 3 in Vietnam, you know. Do students learn math in high school in Vietnam?
In primary school, include primary school.
Say again?
This means include primary school or just đúng không? Kiểu trường cấp 2, cấp 1 luôn không thầy?
Cấp 1 là primary school. Like basically we call it primary school. And high school thực sự là bao gồm cấp 2, cấp 3 luôn. Like high school include like, you know, cấp 2, cấp 3 in Vietnamese, but it's junior and senior high school. Yeah. So, Ms. Như, do students learn math in high school in Vietnam? So cấp 2, cấp 3.
Yes. Students learn math in high school in Vietnam. Even some school for like kindergarten, they already begin.
They teaches math sometimes. Sometimes they teach math in kindergarten too.
Yes.
So what do you think about that? Should children learn math at a very young age?
I think if for the simple math, this because like when you, I think this you will like use when you are working in the future.
Yes, but what do you mean? Like if children in kindergarten and they have to learn math, do you think it's a good thing?
I think this is a good thing because it makes them more like thinking.
Develop their logic, you mean?
Yes, and make them more smart.
Smarter. That makes them smarter.
Make them more smarter.
Well, you know, we don't need smart kids. We don't need smart children. We need responsible children. We need children who need people who can solve problems. We need good children. We don't need smart children these days.
And one thing I don't understand because when high school they teaching some math so hard. Even now I look back again,
So
I cannot
hard.
understand.
Oh my god.
So hard. And when now I look back again and I can't
You don't understand anything.
Yeah, yes. And I don't understand how I can pass this.
How I could pass. I don't understand how I could past tense. How I could pass it.
How I could pass it.
I don't understand. So basically,
and we don't use it. Yeah.
I don't understand how I could pass it. Không hiểu sao tôi đâu nổi. Yeah, sometimes sometimes I wonder the same thing, you know. Sometimes I wonder how I could pass high school, and sometimes I wonder how I could pass medical school. Không hiểu, nhiều lúc không hiểu tại sao mình đậu nổi trường Y đó luôn á. Mình tốt nghiệp nổi cái trường Y đó luôn á. Yeah, sometimes I ask myself, you know.
And one more thing, but after you study this about 12 years, and you don't use it in your life. Yes.
It's just like we learn math to develop our logical thinking, but we don't actually use math much, you know.
Yes.
That's the thing. We learn math, so we indirectly develop our critical thinking skill. You know. Một cách gián tiếp thôi, chứ không trực tiếp. Gián tiếp học cái kỹ năng suy nghĩ mà suy nghĩ thấu đáo, cứ suy nghĩ đến mức mà tìm ra cái vấn đề. Like critical thinking skills and problem solving skill. It's like you indirectly develop these skills through math. So you don't actually use math that much. Maximum like you learn about plus, minus, multiplication, division, you know. So basically plus, minus, multiply, and divide. I mean, that's all. I mean, maximum, that's all you learn. I mean, that's all you need in real life. But when you learn deep into, like, you know, specializations, like specialized subjects, specialized fields, for example, banking, you have to learn math. For example, that's what Miss Na had been doing in the past. If you go into like architecture, kiến trúc, you have to learn a lot of math too. If you go into engineering, of course, lots and lots of math too. Terrible. Now, so Miss One, please. Do you like to use a calculator? Do you like to use calculator, or you can calculate in your head? Hello, Miss One, are you still there? Hello? I think she's not there. Now, Miss Na, please. Do you like to use a calculator?
Yes, really like to use a calculator because I'm not good at quickly
calculating in my head.
Nghĩa là
Không
tính nhanh
giỏi
là sao?
tính nhẩm, không về tính nhẩm trong đầu. I'm not so good at calculating in my head.
Yes.
I'm not so good at calculating. I'm not so good at.
I'm not so good at
calculating in my head. So that's why I have to use the calculator.
Yes.
Well, I'm not that good either, so I used to be very good with that, but no, not anymore. Even though I teach, because I teach math as well, but I'm not that quick.
I think is need to practice.
Of course, we need to practice a lot.
Yes.
We need to practice a lot to become better, as with English. So, Ms. Na, do you think it's necessary to learn math?
Yes, I think it is necessary to learn math because in my life,
tôi chưa bao giờ phải đụng đạo hàm tích phân. In my life, I've never had to use high school math. But
I think in my life, I use the basic math like plus, minus, multiply,
multiplication, division, or divide, yeah.
Yes.
Multiply, UL. UL is out, multiplication or multiply.
Yes. I think this basic math is so necessary for my life.
And oh. Now, so Miss Thảo, please. So, do you think it's necessary to learn math? What would happen? Okay, let's try to think in another way. What would happen if people do not learn math? What would be the problem? What do you think? Miss Thảo, please, your microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Okay,
sorry.
no problem. So what would happen if people do not learn math? Can you try to imagine?
So I think without math, so we can't we can't get we
the
can't
people
get
will be very illogical. The people will be very illogical. Con người ta sẽ rất kém logic, người ta suy nghĩ không thực tế, không kém logic. People will be very illogical. They follow the feelings a lot, you know.
Yes, so without math, so we can't get by without knowing the basic of math. So take a personal finance, for example. So we need to have a good skills of our income and and otherwise, so we can easily so without we can so for example, when we go shopping, so we without math, so we can't control our money.
Exactly. So, well, it depends on how much you spend. It doesn't depend on whether you know math or not.
Yes.
Tùy vào cái mình chi tiêu bao nhiêu, đâu phải tùy vào cái kiểu mà mình không biết tính toán gì đâu. Well, but of course that's just my opinion. What do you think?
What? Sorry.
Like a lot of people, when they do not learn math well, they miscalculate. You know, tính toán sai. They miscalculate. To miscalculate.
Yes,
and basically, think about if you go and shopping. If you miscalculate, you might overspend. Chi xài quá mức.
Yes, we can easily overspend and end up in the red.
That's not good. Like for example, Miss Na, I'm sure you often give out like cards, right? Debit card, right?
Yes.
And I mean, people sometimes they just love to spend, and they think that the bank will pay for them, and they will just have to pay the bank later, right?
Right. Because the debit card often give our limit.
Of course, there's a limit, right?
Twice or three times.
Two times or three times a month, right?
My income and compare our income. So when we buy when we buy one thing, the debit card, the message sent to
will be sent to your SMS, right? Your phone.
Yes, will alert on the rest of limitation.
So basically, the limitation and all the information, whether you cannot overspend that much.
Yes.
All that information will be given to you, right?
Right.
I see. Not that bad. It's not that bad, right? But a lot of people, they overspend anyway.
Yes, it's me.
You work for the bank, but you overspend anyway.
Yes.
Irony, such an irony. Thật là một điều mỉa mai. Such an irony. Wow, it's such an irony. Thật một điều mỉa mai. Well, actually, there's a lot of irony.
Yes.
It's ironic, yes. Because, like, for example, people working in healthcare sector, they always say that, okay, you have to eat this, you have to eat that, you have to avoid this, you have to not smoking, you have to sleep early. But those people, they never follow those advice. So that is an irony, Một cái điều mỉa mai. It's an irony. Anyway, so, okay, so Miss Wan, are you there?
Yes.
So what can people do with math in their daily life?
Math is a practical measure, so I think people can measure, right? Measure. So people can apply it a lot in daily life. For example, calculating money or control the financial situation, or even teaching the kid, teaching the children. Yes, and also that can help. Can nurture the brain to think in better way and more logical. So I think math not.
It's not that bad, right?
Of course.
Of course, it's not that bad.
Not gián tiếp là gì thầy?
Sorry.
Gián tiếp.
Indirectly. So indirectly. Một cách gián tiếp.
Math indirectly
help develop.
Directly develop our skill.
Of course, many skills. The skill to not overspend. Kỹ năng để không được chi tiêu quá mức. It's actually very important,
Yeah.
Và để đầu tư đúng cách, then to invest in the right way. And then to invest. Đầu tư cho đúng. Like for example, interest rate. Right now, what's the interest rate? SCB Bank is about 6.8%. 6.8%. SCB So within 1 year, if I put in there like say 100 million Vietnam dong, so after a year I will get like 106 million and then 800 Vietnam dong. That's not much, right? But if I invest it in like let's say bonds, trái phiếu, if I invest in real estate là bất động sản, I can get much more, of course. Like for example, I can buy land, buy land, and then within like a year, so the price will increase like about 20%, 10-20%, or maybe 30%, who knows. Or I can purchase apartments, mua căn hộ này. Right, so those knowledge comes with learning mathematics, So math is necessary. Okay, let's do something else, shall we? Let's go to part 2 and part 3, shall we? Let's go to 55. Oh, I think we ran out of things. Okay, let's do 55 now, and then we can come to a topic that has part 3 in there. 55 is describe a magazine that you like. Miêu tả một cái tạp chí mà các bạn thích. You should say what the magazine is. Tạp chí đó là tạp chí gì vậy? When you started reading this magazine. When you started reading this magazine, bạn bắt đầu đọc cái tạp chí này lúc nào vậy? What the content is. Cái nội dung của nó là gì? And explain why you like this magazine. Tại sao bạn lại thích cái tạp chí đó? Alright, you have 2 minutes. Ladies, you have 2 minutes. Right, okay. Okay, please describe a magazine that you like. Miss One, can you start first? Describe a magazine that you like. Go slowly, just go slowly, but clearly. Nói chính xác, nói kỹ càng, các bạn nói rõ.
Well, from last year, my close friend introduced me a magazine.
Introduced me
to read a magazine that I really like, that called the Business Insider.
Business Insider. Business Insider. And it's a magazine about the economic situation in the world now, and it includes the short news about industries, like different industries, right?
Yes, about a thing in industry and
industry.
No,
industry. The industry.
And
the industry.
In the industry. And really helpful. Industry.
Làm đầu cơ mà. The industry.
Industry.
Yes.
And really helpful in life, because that avoid the gossip column, and also provide me the economic knowledge, as well as the way to use economic words in English.
Economic words.
Economic words
in
English.
One sai tùm lum hết mấy cái nhân âm mà đó. Economic words. And avoid economic words.
Economic words in English. And so I can learn from it a lot.
Okay, so
you can that's learn. Why I really like it.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Miss New, please, can you describe a magazine that you like?
Yes. It's this furniture magazine.
Sorry?
It's a furniture magazine.
Furniture magazine.
Yes. I read it when I read it when I was about 17 years old. This magazine is
magazines.
This magazines.
This magazine, yes.
Is mainly.
Mainly, it's mine. It's mainly.
Is mainly about pictures of modern interior styles and interior designs tips to suit the house. I like these magazines because I like the interior pictures in this magazine. It gives me a broader view of the interior.
Of the interior, right?
Yes, that's all.
Okay, very well. So that's why I like this magazine so much.
Yes, because it gives me a broader view of the interior.
Of the interior, I see. Now,
yes.
Miss Na, please, can you describe a magazine that you like?
A magazine I like is economic magazines, which
economic magazine.
Yes, which is the online magazine. I started reading this magazine.
Reading it. Tôi đã bắt đầu đọc nó. I started reading it.
Yes, I started reading it when I was working at bank.
In a bank. When I was working in a bank.
When I was working in a bank. And the content.
The content.
List news which is highlighted during a day.
Which is highlighted during the day.
Right. And the reason I like this magazine because
the reason I like this magazine.
Yes, the reason I like this magazine because my work is trade on interest. So I need to updated information around the world.
Update information about
around the world.
I see.
Yes, like interest rate, foreign exchange.
Foreign exchange, you mean? Exchange, you mean?
Yes, foreign exchange. Economic policy of another country. Economic policy of another country. Besides, it helped me gain more knowledge, which I can invest like bonds.
Is that why you overspent? Is that why you overspent?
Bonds, real estate, or stocks. It improves my income.
Of course, to improve your income. Very good. And that's why I like this magazine so much.
Yes.
Nên tập trung lại, nên có một cái câu kết lại. Like you need a sentence to conclude, you know. And that's why I like this magazine.
Yes.
Okay, very well. Miss Thảo, please. Can you describe a magazine that you like?
I am an internet user and I search internet on daily basis and most of the time.
Can you try again? You are speaking too fast now. Okay, and can you try again? I am an internet user and I surf on the internet on a daily basis.
Okay, so I am an internet user and I search on internet on daily basis.
On the internet, yeah. On the internet. On the internet. On the internet.
On the internet on daily basis.
On a daily basis. On a daily basis. On a daily basis.
On a daily basis. and most of the time I search for a purpose of entertainment. And I am a big fan of fashion. So fashion. So I read fashion magazines every single day when I have free time.
And I have my free time.
When I have my free time. So these magazines shows many
this
magazine show many kinds of fashion, from traditional to the modern fashion. And these magazines always has catchy image, a model with a model wearing elegant clothes, and they always have a newer trend and latest trend always latest trend of the world, with a lot of famous model around the world.
Around the world.
And I find this magazine really interesting for people like me, because I love something like fashion, beauty, and make our life and I think this magazine is actually
magazine
help people can
không được nha. This magazine helps people to do something,
so help people to more fashion,
to be more fashionable. It helps people to be more fashionable.
It help people to be more fashionable
Nói chung là rất fan đó mà.
Help them more beautiful.
Of course, help them to be less country-like, you mean?
And more beautiful.
Giống như rửa phèn. Wow.
So that's the reason why I like this magazine.
Okay, very well. Now, Miss Kim In, please. Can you describe a magazine that you like?
Yes. Recently, I'm interested in architecture.
Yes, architecture.
Yes, architecture. So I search a lot of information about it, and I read a lot of documents. Yes, one of them is Beautiful House magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Magazine. Yes. In this magazine, I can see a lot of house models.
Yeah.
Yes, house model.
House models.
House model, and it
I can see the way they decorate it. I mean.
Yes, about color or some decoration in this house, or how to arrange parts of house. Yes.
Parts of the house. You mean arrange part of the house? Okay.
And what? Chứ em lạc mất ý thôi.
Okay, I think that's too much now. It's too much. Please, 2 minutes. You have only 2 minutes.
Okay, let me conclusion.
Okay, just conclude. That's why I.
Yes. So thanks to this magazine, I can learn a lot about architecture.
Yes.
and I hope can use it in
I hope I
future.
can use it in the future.
I can use it in the future
Of course
for my
you
house.
will. You have
Yes.
ideas about how to make your home more beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, very good. I hope I won't overspend when I redecorate my home. Because I'm about to spend like at least about 50 million Vietnam dong for wooden floor covering, you know, wooden floor, Sango, for wallpaper, giấy dán tường, for what else?
Furniture.
For buying a fridge, buying a water purifier, máy lọc nước, water purifier, and some other things. I'm sure it's gonna be more than 50 million. That's a lot. But then it's for the long terms, for like 10, 20 years or maybe more. So it's a good investment anyway. Investing to have a beautiful home. Of course. Now, so let's move on to 54. Oh, it's all about buying things today, isn't it? Describe something that you bought recently that made you happy. Miêu tả cái gì đó các bạn đã mua gần đây mà làm cho các bạn rất là hạnh phúc. Of course, when you buy things and when you receive it, you're like, you're happy a bit, right? But then, the joy quickly dies. Cái niềm vui nó nhanh chóng nó chết dần. And the next day, you feel like, and you have to keep on buying new things to make you feel happy, is it? Đó là cái tật luôn á, của những người hay mua sắm á. It's a problem of people who always go and shop for new things, you know, because they buy things to make them happy, not because they need it. You know. Now describe something you bought recently that made you happy. Miêu tả một cái gì đó các bạn mua gần đây mà nó làm các bạn rất là hạnh phúc. You should say what it is. Món đồ gì vậy? Why you bought it? Tại sao các bạn lại mua nó? How you choose it? Tại sao các bạn chọn nó? Hay là thế nào bạn chọn nó? Explain why it made you happy. Giải thích tại sao nó làm cho các bạn vui vẻ hạnh phúc. Well, let's try for 2 minutes, shall we? 2 phút bắt đầu các bạn. Okay. Now, please describe something you bought recently that made you happy. Miss Thảo, please, can you start first? Quá khứ cẩn thận, be careful, past tense.
Well, recently I just bought some books. You know, I think I spend too much of my time to checking social media, and when I don't necessarily need to, so I decided to bought some book to read because I don't want to waste my time to something not necessary, and I want to gain more my knowledge.
Gain more of my knowledge, you mean?
Yes, gain more of my knowledge through reading books. And it was a beautiful day. I went on the shop to buy some books. And I went with my...
I went to the shop to buy. Tại vì cái when nó đã có quá khứ rồi. I went to the shop to buy some books. Please.
I went to the shop to buy some books. That's related to...
that is related. That is related to...
That is related to community and education.
Yes.
And I think a reading book, sometimes I choose a book so sometimes I choose I think it's make me happy because sometimes when I focus on when I try to focus on something, or try to read a book, that make me feel like relaxed and so happy, because some books so useful for me.
Some books are useful, a lot of others just useless.
useful for me, and I always smile when I read that book, and I think it's
I always
helped me a
smile
lot.
when I read that book because it's a habit, you know. It's
It
something that
helped me a
happens, like
lot.
a fact. So you use present simple. I always feel happy when I read that books because it's not one
I
occasion, it's something that happens every time. So you use present simple. Nó không phải cái gì đó mà diễn ra một lần duy nhất trong quá khứ, mà nó là một cái gì đó mà nó diễn ra theo một cái kiểu mà như là thói quen á, you know. Mỗi một lần như vậy
yes,
nha.
I always
Okay.
smile when I read that book, and I think it's so useful
Sorry.
and help me gain. I think it's so useful for me and gets me gain a lot of knowledge in my life. So sometimes you should read a book. It's actually read book actually make you feel better and make you gain have you broaden your knowledge.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, that's all. Okay, thank you, Miss Tao. So, Miss Na, please, can you describe something you bought recently that made you happy?
Yes. Recently I bought a banking stock, which is Techcombank. You know,
Yes, of course. That bank I was about to quit using
right?
because their interest rate is just like 5.5%, and they are just so strict. They're becoming more strict with a lot of things now. You know, lãi suất có 5.5 mà làm gì cũng khó khăn với khách. You know.
Yeah, thầy.
I'm about to quit using that, so.
Em nghe mà dịch vụ nó tốt lắm mà.
I mean, it used to be very good, but when you try to borrow some money from them, I mean, it's hard. It's really hard. Because basically I had a few what's it called? What's that called? I made a few accounts there, and when I want to just basically borrow that exact amount that I put in the bank,
Yeah.
because I want to borrow that much money from my own money to pay for my house. They were quite strict. They were just like, you know, difficult. They were very difficult to me. So I was like, no, this is just not worth it, you know.
Yeah.
And SCB was way better. They were way easier for me in that sense. So anyway, please continue. Yes. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No problem. I had a passion for investing stock when I was a university student. Luckily, I had the chance to analyze tech balance statement of Techcombank. I realized it was a good stock, so I bought it. And then price of this stock increased significantly.
Increased because it's a verb.
Yeah.
The price of the stock increased significantly.
Yes. And then I sold it. Finally, I gained around 50%. It helped improve my income. So this reason made me feel happy. Xong rồi thầy. Okay, xong rồi thầy.
Okay, that's great. Now, okay, very good. Now, Miss Kim In, please, can you describe something you bought recently that made you happy, please? I'm having a headache now.
Yes. One of my hobbies is flower arranging. So one time I went to shop nearby my house to buy
flower. I went to the shop near to my house to buy something.
To buy a flower pot. There was a lot of beautiful flower pot there, but I don't like any anyone.
But I didn't like any.
But I didn't like anyone.
But I didn't like any of them.
Any of them. But I didn't like any of them. But I saw a
what did you say?
White bottle.
A white bottle.
Yes. Actually, it's used to dùng để đựng là nói nào thế?
To contain.
Yeah, to contain wine. But I see it's quite suit to arrange flowers. So I bought it. And yes, I bought it. And yes, it's really suit to arrange flower. And
it's really suitable. Nó khá là phù hợp. It's really suitable to.
It's really suitable
it's
to.
Really, not really. Really.
It's really suitable for arrange flower. Any
kind of different range of flower, một phạm vi những cái loại hoa khác nhau. For a range of flower.
Yes, and when I see when I see this when I saw không, hiện tại cơ.
Oh, okay, so whenever I see.
Yes. When I see this flower pot, I feel like it's my achievement. So, yes.
So it made me happy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
so it made me happy. So that's why it made me happy.
Yes.
Okay, Miss New, please, can you describe something you bought recently that made you happy?
Well, it's the earrings. I bought. Yes, I bought it on a big shelf. I chose it because
chosen. I chose it.
Okay. I chose it because I feel like it was cheap and beautiful. I was very happy when I received the earrings.
When I received it. Quá khứ. I was very happy when I received it.
I was very happy when I received the earrings, but I rarely wear it because it doesn't feel.
I rarely wear it because.
But I rarely wear it.
Cẩn thận các bạn, cái từ really nó khác với từ rarely. So really, but rarely.
Kiểu ít khi đang làm dùng cái
hiếm khi. Một cái là really, một cái là rarely.
Rarely.
I rarely wear it.
But I rarely wear it because it doesn't feel suit to me.
It doesn't feel suitable. It doesn't feel right. Nó cảm thấy không có ổn. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel suitable for me. Thôi thì bán cho rồi quay làm gì? So, I think you should sell it. So if it doesn't feel right, you know.
Yes, but and this already happened so many times before, and now I have more than 60 of earrings.
Oops.
But that cheap, about 20,000. or
30,000
30,000
is fine.
Việt Nam đồng.
Just fine.
Yeah, so I bought it on big sale.
Oh, that's why.
Yes.
You know, earrings that price, they're not that they're not good quality anyway, so
Yes.
you just remember to buy things that is of high quality. Please don't buy things because they are on sale.
Yes.
Nhớ nha các bạn cứ mua thôi mọi thứ bởi vì nó đang on sale, chắc chắn kiểu gì các bạn sẽ nghèo. Nên mua mọi thứ bởi vì nó có chất lượng. Just buy things because they are of high quality, not because they are on sale. Because sales are basically a trap. Một cạm bẫy đấy. It's a trap. Okay, so who next then? Miss One, please. Can you describe something you bought recently that made you happy? Cẩn thận.
Well, when I surf on the internet, I saw the advertising
I saw the
advertising of AirPods, the newest version. So I decided to buy it because I didn't have it before. So and then when I received that, I felt really happy because that was
I
really
felt
useful.
really happy when I saw it. I felt really happy.
I felt really happy because that was really useful for me. The the iPhone AirPod is a headphone without cable, and I can.
You mean it's a helpful device?
Yes, it's a headphone device, but without cable. So it
Without a
connects with
cable.
the
Interesting. Tại sao không có dây cáp nhỉ?
and because that's a Bluetooth headphone, so
It's a
that
Bluetooth headphone.
That connect with a phone or laptop by Bluetooth.
By Bluetooth
So
technology, I see.
yes, so I can take care of my son and also listen to music or study English at the same time.
That's a good idea.
And because and because I'm taking the IELTS course, so that has been helping me a lot.
Yes, I think that's a very good idea, you know. But this one is just too big, you know. Noise cancelling headphones are great, but they're just too big. Anyway, so let's move on. We did try 54 already. Let's move on to 53. But we need something with a part 3 in it. So let's go to 52. Describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. So basically it's about the future now. Nói về tương lai. Miêu tả cái người bạn muốn trở thành trong vòng 10 năm. I don't even know what I will eat tomorrow.
True.
Không biết ngày mai ăn gì luôn chứ nói gì đến 10 năm. Sometimes describe a person you would like to become in 10 years. This is something that like an interview question, you know. Anh chị thấy gì về bản thân trong vòng 5 năm tới? Không lấy trả lời.
Ăn gì em còn chưa biết.
Ngày mai ăn gì còn chưa biết nói gì. Well, what would you like to become in 5 years, 10 years? I don't even know what I will eat tomorrow. Anyway, you should say what kind of person you are now. Bây giờ bạn là loại người thế nào, người như thế nào? What kind of person you want to become? Bạn mong muốn trở thành người như thế nào? What you need to do to become that person? Bạn cần làm gì để trở thành cái người như vậy? Explain why you want to become a person like that. Tại sao bạn lại muốn trở thành một con người như vậy? Future, okay?
10 năm.
Be careful. Future. And then you have part 3 of ambition. Nói về cái tham vọng. What kinds of ambitions do people have? Con người ta thường có những loại tham vọng gì? Like think about marriage, think about love, think about wealth, tài sản, think about power, quyền lực, think about achievements, inventions, you know, phát minh, thành quả đạt được. Think about career, nghề nghiệp. Think about education, giáo dục. There's a lot of different kind of ambition. You need to explain a bit, you know. Why should parents encourage children to have ambitions? Tại sao các bậc cha mẹ nên khuyến khích trẻ nhỏ có cái tham vọng, có những tham vọng? Should parents interfere with children's ambitions? Các bậc cha mẹ có nên can thiệp vào những cái tham vọng của trẻ nhỏ không? Think about like parents. Of course, a lot of parents, they want to lead the children in the path they want their children to do, you know. But a lot of the time it doesn't work. Nhiều cha mẹ hay thích là gọi là hướng đứa con đi theo cái hướng mà mình muốn, nhưng thực sự mấy chuyện đó không hề là thường nó ít khi nào thành công á. And it's always result in a lot of dramas, you know, a lot of trauma and dramas. Thường dẫn nó rất là nhiều khổ đau với lại cái drama đó. Well, but sometimes the ambition of children is wrong. Like for example, some people, they want to become something that is not practical to do. Muốn thành một cái gì đó mà không thực tế. Like for example, if a child does not have a good voice and doesn't have talent, but they still want to be a famous singer, for example, then it's really hard. So, you know, sometimes it's good to lead them in a way that it's more doable, that is practical, you know, so they can achieve it, rather than following something that is unachievable, you know. Thay vì đi theo cái hướng mà nó không thể mà không thể achieve nổi, unachievable, thì rất gợi ý. No, không thể đạt được nổi. We can do something that is more practical, you know. Lead them in direction that is more practical. Dẫn chúng theo một cái hướng mà nó practical hơn. Okay, so is there any difference between children's ambitions and those of grown-ups? Grown-ups mean mature people, you know, những người đã lớn và những đứa trẻ. Thì có sự khác biệt gì về những cái tham vọng không? Should teachers encourage students to have ambitions? Những người giáo viên có nên khuyến khích sinh viên học sinh có tham vọng không? Okay, you have about 3 minutes to think about this. 52, please. Alright, please describe the person you would like to become in 10 years. Miss New, please, can you start first? Don't be shy, please. We would like to hear your plans for the future.
Okay, well, I am currently a person who is not brave enough and not confident enough to say what I like and what I do not like. In the next 10 years, I want to be a brave person and be myself. To become such a person, I think I need to prepare myself more knowledge, learn more things in life, and learn to say no to things.
Yeah, you need to learn how to say no more. Nói một cách nó không nhiều hơn. You need to learn how to say no more, you know.
Yeah, learn to say no, and learn to say no to things I don't want to do when others ask for help. Because I think
sometimes people can exploit your good nature. Nhiều người ta lợi dụng lòng tốt.
Yes.
Because some people, they exploit your good nature.
Yes. And
lợi dụng cái lòng tốt, bản chất tốt, đẹp của mình.
And one more thing I know now, what this is, when some people ask you help something, they already have to answer yes or no. Yes. And I try to become this person because I really like to live be myself. Yes, that's all.
All right, that's good enough. You know, good ambition, actually. Now, so, Miss Na, please, can you describe a person you would like to become in 10 years?
Now I have started career path.
Sorry, a career path?
Yeah.
A career path.
A career path.
Career. A career path.
Career path. So I want in 10 years, I become a specialist in financial field, and I can earn more money, around $3,000 or $4,000 per month.
Oh, that's a great idea, isn't it? It's a good idea to earn that much. But then you will spend a lot. You will overspend, no?
Right.
Don't overspend.
To achieve it, I need to improve my economic knowledge and logical thinking. Besides, I need to improve English because I need to work with specialists of another country. The reason I want to become a person is a person because I want to. I think if I work with my passion, I
Passion, you mean passion?
passion. I would feel less pressure.
I would feel less special. What do you mean?
Ý là nếu mà làm việc với cái đam mê của
Đam mê
mình,
tôi sẽ cảm thấy không có đặc biệt đến như vậy.
sao vậy? Thầy nói gì đây? Em nghe cho rõ.
Nếu tôi làm việc với đam mê tôi sẽ cảm thấy bớt đặc biệt. What?
Không, pressure.
I would feel less pressure.
Yes.
I would feel less pressured.
Yes.
Ít bị áp lực hơn. I would feel less pressured.
Yeah.
You know, it's what you think, but still pressure still build up, you know. Áp lực nó vẫn cứ xây dựng lên, nó vẫn cứ bồi đắp lên. Doesn't matter if you work with passion or not. Pressure still build up.
Now with a higher income, I can well educate my son and can solve the overspend.
I can spend as much as I want.
Yes. Yes. This the reason I want to become this person.
Good. Now, Miss Kim In, please.
Yes. Now I have a little bit hot-tempered. So
I am now a bit hot-tempered.
I am now
nóng tánh.
hot-tempered. So in 10 years
I would like to become a calm person.
I would like to calm down.
I would become a calm person, very zen.
I would like
very zen.
I would like to become a calm person because I plan to follow educational path. So
courses,
it is.
I mean.
Yes, it is the most character the most important character if you want to follow this educational path. And one reason I want to become a calm people is
a calm person.
a calm
People is plural, person singular.
Okay,
Yeah.
calm person is to make life easier, because when you understand
When you're hot temper, life becomes more dramatic, right? More difficult.
yes, so you can easy to sympathize and
to sympathize.
sympathize.
Cảm thông. To
Yes,
sympathize. To sympathize for others.
Yeah, and when something happen, you will I will consider from A to yes before I decide. Yes. Yeah. So I think from now I need to learn some method to control my
my mood and my temperament. Khí chất của tôi. My tâm trạng của tôi. My mood.
My mood, yes. To control my mood. Yes, and learn psychology.
Learn human psychology, man.
Yes, human psychology.
Tâm lý con người. Okay, very good. Now, so Miss An, please. Can you describe the person you would like to become in 10 years?
Now I'm running my business online, so because I work almost alone. And
you mean you work almost by yourself? You mean?
Yes, and I almost work by myself, and it's a little bit boring.
You mean you work mostly by yourself, right? Phần đông là tôi làm việc mình. I work mostly by myself.
I work mostly by myself, so I would like to become a lecturer and a lecturer.
A what?
A lecturer.
A lecturer, you mean? Giảng viên đại học, you mean?
Because I could improve my giao tiếp là gì em quên rồi.
My communication skill.
My communication skill. And
communication skill.
I think that I can give the students a passion of in economics as well as the knowledge they might need for, and also I think the changing of career would make
a change in career path, you mean? Một sự thay đổi về con đường sự nghiệp. A change in career path.
Could make me more improved.
Active.
More improve myself.
Could make me improve myself better. Could make me more active. You mean?
Yes, and also nurture my brain in economics knowledge.
That's a good idea. Now, so that's why I want to become a person like that.
So that's why I want to become a lecturer.
A lecturer. I see.
In future.
All right. Now, so Miss Thảo, please. So, what kinds of ambitions do people have?
Em vẫn chưa trả lời cái part 2.
Oh, you haven't?
Yes.
Okay, please describe the person you would like to become in 10 years, please.
So every person has a desire to reach desire to reach a position in their life to become successful. And I was born in a family with a farming background, and I'm very ordinary person. So
I'm a very ordinary, you mean?
very ordinary person. And of course, I have a lot of dream. But I think I am present haven't enough good characteristics. I'm not enough.
You mean you're not good enough, you mean?
Yes, I'm not
I
enough.
feel that I am not good enough.
And
So
I
that's
am
why
not
you come to
enough.
classes. You improve yourself, you know.
Yes, I am not enough dedicated and determined.
Not determined and dedicated enough. Không đủ tận tụy,
Yes.
không đủ giống như
Quyết tâm.
determined, like
Yes.
determined means like it describes
Quyết
someone
tâm.
who follow the path without distraction.
And because I always delayed my schedules.
Yes.
And in the coming 10 years, there's a lot of things I want to, a lot of things that I want to become, like to become a successful teacher, to have a lot of students, and
maybe by then I'll be, maybe by then I'll quit my job and do something else.
Yes, and I want to
maybe.
And I want to earn more money to buying my own house with and my own car.
my own my own my own my own không có own, không có on. My own my own car and my own house.
And I want to have my parents have better life.
You want your son, I would like my children to have a better life.
And I hope I never disappoint in the future. And moreover, I look forward to do a lot of good works and helping the people who are in need. And my final purpose is have a happy family.
Well,
and I hope I get a good life partner with whom I can spend my entire life with. And
you never know. You might never know.
And I hope
life is very long these days, you know.
And I hope I remain honest always, and so there's
okay, that's a bit too long already. Can you just end it here, please? It's too long already, please. Quá dài, quá 2 phút rồi.
And so there are the things that I want to do and the person I want to become in the coming 10 years.
All right, I see. So Miss Như, please. So what kinds of ambitions do people often have?
Well, I think...
of course, ambition, the most popular one, to have lots of money.
Yes, first, the kinds of ambition two people have.
Đi làm tôi có lương.
The first...
don't have to go to work, but still have received my salary. That's a very good, that's a very common ambition.
Yes. The first, like you say, this will have a lot of money, and the second, this is the power.
Of course, want to have more power. Want to have power, control other people.
And I see some people they have the goal. They must marry before they 30.
Want to get married before they're 30. I see.
Yes.
Well, these days you don't have to get married before you're 30. Of course, people get married and then they get a divorce and then they remarry after a while, you know. So I think about the word about 30 years old getting married, just like too old style already. Quá lỗi thời, you know. I think it's a bit too old style already.
Yes. And one more thing, they must have the kids in their life. Yes, that's why I think.
Okay, that's quite good. So, Miss Wan, please. So, why should parents encourage children to have ambitions? What do you think?
In my opinion, parents should encourage children to have ambitions, because the children will understand what they like and that they want to be in the future, and that's a good for children's the career path, and also that can build the children dreams, as well um, as the other characteristic to be someone useful for society.
For the society, yeah.
For the society.
Very good. Anything else?
And also the children will have a tight relationship with the parents when they see the parents have someone to encourage them to pursue.
Sorry, to succeed. You mean to succeed? You mean
to succeed.
Succeed. To succeed. All right. So let's ask Miss Kim again, please. So if parents do not encourage children to have ambition, what could be the problem? What would be the result then? If they do not encourage. Do you know the answer?
Thầy nhắc lại câu hỏi cho em.
Like I basically ask why if parents do not encourage children to have ambition, what would happen to them? What can possibly happen to them? Nếu cha mẹ không có khuyến khích trẻ nhỏ có tham vọng thì điều gì có thể diễn ra với chúng? What do you think? Like for example, they can become mediocre people, you know, just doing nothing and they're not very successful. Mediocre people, những người trung bình thôi, chỉ là trung bình thôi. They're just mediocre people. They're not really successful in life. Maybe they have a boring life, maybe. And could be worse because some people they can succumb to you know, drinking habits. They can have drinking habits, drug use, sử dụng ma túy, something like that. If they don't have a good ambition, you know. Yes. But maybe that's just far too much. What do you think, Miss Kim Hyun? Anyway, let me ask you the next question. Should parents interfere with children's ambitions?
Nowadays, I see a lot of parents interfere with their children's ambitions. But I think it's not good because it can make their children far away parents, because it is children's ambition, and they of course they don't like anyone interfere it.
They don't like to have anyone interfere with it, you mean?
Yes. I think parents should analyze pros and cons to it, to them, and let them follow their ambitions gradually. Yes.
Gradually follow their ambition, I see.
Yes.
Okay, good enough. Right, so Miss Napoli, so is there any difference between children's ambitions and those of, grown up? What do you think?
Yes, I think it is different between children ambition and those of grown up.
Grown ups.
Grown up.
Grown ups.
Yes.
Grown ups.
Yes, when they were children, they had a basic ambition, like
Very basic.
like become excellent student, and
that's not basic. That's not basic. Đâu basic đâu. That's not really basic,
Không phải thầy. Em thấy đứa nào cũng thích học sinh giỏi mà.
Oh, really? No, they want to become cool. They want to become like they are supermodel. They want to become their celebrities,
Yeah.
Not always. They don't always want to become excellent student,
They often.
Okay, they often. Oh, okay, they often.
Often one wish become excellent student. But with grown up person had a bigger ambition.
7 IELTS. That's a good ambition. 7.0 in IELTS. That's a bigger ambition,
Like a high income to adapt their demand, and own a big house and a lot of
own a big house.
Own a big house and a lot of assets, and their children become a good person. But I think
okay, now let's okay, so so Miss Wan, please. So should teachers encourage students to have ambition? What do you think?
Well, I think teachers have directly impact on children and students, so they should encourage students to have ambitions. Firstly, that can make the student to study better, to pursue their dream, and secondly, the student will understand what they really like for future, and they will
For
have
the
a dream
future.
for the future, and they will fight. They will fight for that dream to come true, and also the children, as the teacher who encourage students, will have success.
Encourage children to have
success in life. Are good teachers, and
good teachers.
Are good teachers.
I should encourage my student to get to band 7 IELTS.
And I think they can improve their teaching skills also.
Good. Maybe aim for band 7.5 IELTS then. Alright, good. Okay, it's good practice today. Let's stop here now. And so on Wednesday, we'll deal with writing Cambridge 10, Test 3, writing Test 1, right? And then we do some speaking. Okay, ladies. Good night. I'll see you then.
Good night.
Bye. Okay, that's the end of my videos. Please like, share this video with your friends, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and press on the bell button next to the subscribe button so you can get notified about my new uploads, okay? You can also press follow my Facebook, but please don't add me on Facebook as friends, okay? Cảm ơn các bạn đã theo dõi nha. Các bạn hãy nhấn vào like, chia sẻ video này bạn bè các bạn. Nhấn vào nút đăng ký kênh YouTube mình và nút cái chuông kế bên cạnh để đăng ký kênh á, để mà các bạn sẽ được thông báo về những video mới nha. Các bạn cũng có thể nhấn vào nút theo dõi Facebook mình, nhưng nhớ đừng kết bạn Facebook mình nha. Thank you and see you. Bye.